We are here with Ian Clerihew, new men's soccer head coach here at Franklin Pierce. And Coach, first off, welcome to Ringe. And how's your first couple days been so far here on the Franklin Pierce campus?
Fantastic. Everybody's been super helpful, and I'm just super excited to be a part of a program with such a rich history.
I was going to say, I don't think we need to remind you or tell you about the rich history. I'm sure is in the process of interviewing for this job and even getting to talk with people throughout the last couple of days. You know kind of the numbers, the historical facts and figures. I guess how exciting is it to be a part of that now, and you have a chance now to continue that continue the program and continue the great things that we've seen here the past couple of years.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've thought a lot about since getting here is you know, the responsibility to continue the tradition, and it's an awesome responsibility that I'm looking forward to, and contacting some 2012 recruits, getting already started on 2013s, of course, and training the team, and we have a spring game tonight, so I'm excited about that. So it's all kind of coming together pretty quickly.
For a lot of people that follow the program, it's kind of a chance to get to know you a little bit more. We'll kind of recap you a little bit. Success at every level, at every stop you've had. As a player at the Division II level, national champion with Seattle Pacific, multiple Final Four trips. You had a chance to serve as a head coach at Division III level, Coach of the Year, assistant coach at the Division I level, MAC championship with Akron, NCAA tournament bids with St. John's and Villanova and Duke, and of course now as a head coach for Mars Hill, another Division II program. Took them from a program that had never had postseason success, won a couple games, got to the NCAA tournament this year. Describe yourself, and those are great accolades, but describe your work ethic and how you go about preparing. Something's obviously working because you've had success wherever you've been.
Well, I think it's about people, and when you get a good group of people together and you have a plan, I think you have a chance to be successful. And I think you have to have, as you said, a work ethic. You have to have a desire and a mentality to create a championship level training environment, championship level game environment, and I think when you bring all of those ingredients together, you have an opportunity to be successful.
As a player, what motivated you to do well? Was it the championships? Was it personal goals? Was it playing for your teammates? What was it? Because again, it made you successful. You're a national champion, and I know the kids the players that are out on this field for Franklin Pierce have that dream of being a national champion as well. Just talk about some of that.
Well, I think first of all, passion. You need to be passionate about the game, and then beyond that, I think you need to have a responsibility to yourself and to your teammates, and to the coaches and the whole entire staff, to make sure you're prepared and as ready as you can be, and be a student of the game. And you know, we're going to be talking a lot about that with the current team, being a student of the game and studying film and making sure you're doing all that you can to be prepared and help this program continue to move forward.
Division II soccer, especially with the top teams in the country, Franklin Pierce, Mars Hill, while you were there, play a very good brand, a very exciting brand of soccer. And I don't know if people realize the quality of the players that are out there. I guess just talk about battles night in and night out at the top level of Division II college soccer. You experienced it with Mars Hill. You're going to see it here in the Northeast 10 with a lot of great teams. We could name off a lot of teams in the NE10. Just talk about the exciting challenge that is to go night in and night out against the country's best.
Well, I think it's fantastic. This is a tremendous conference. Know of it from being a player at Seattle Pacific and playing against some schools in this conference deep in the NCAA tournament. So this conference is one of the top in the entire country. I think it's attractive to recruits. I think it's a place that people, a conference that people want to play in, and it's a conference that will allow you to win a national championship. And I say that because it prepares you for the NCAA tournament. This conference is at such a high level that when you're doing well in this conference, you're going to do well in the NCAA tournament if you're fortunate enough to get in there, because you're prepared from the competition you play against within the conference.
What did you know about Franklin Pierce prior to coming here? I'm assuming, I think if you'd ask a lot of Division II coaches around the country, I'm sure they're familiar with the program, the national title in '07. What was your kind of familiarity with the program?
Well, I knew both former coaches, at least from a historic standpoint. Knew Coach Craig Stewart from my time at St. John's and his time at Providence. So I started following it a little bit more closely when he took over the program in 2009. So from there on, I watched them, and I was in Division II as a head coach at that time. So I became familiar with their runs in the NCAA tournament and how well they were doing. So, but the history goes a lot further back than that, including back into the early '90s, and I'm really looking forward to meeting the alums, the coaching staffs that have been here in the past, and everyone who's been associated with the program, because there's a reason why it's continued to be that successful. It's certainly not just the head coaches, and it's not even just the players. There's a lot of pieces that have helped this come together.
We talked earlier, we talked about Mars Hill. That was a program that had never experienced a lot of postseason success, hardly any. In 3 short years, you take them to winning some games in your conference tournament. You get to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament last year. Several players get all conference, including one Rookie of the Year. Talk a little bit about that process. What did you have to put in place to turn that program into that winning mentality, believing that they were going to go out on the pitch each night and get a victory?
Well, again, I think, and I stated this earlier, it is certainly about people of character, people who are willing to put in extra effort, extra time in the practice field, even when the coaches aren't there. There's actually a story that I read one time about the former coach at UCLA who used to say the best way he ever prepared a player to move on to the next level was by giving him the key to the ball shed. So in other words, guys that want to work on their game on their own, away from training, away from coaches watching over every move that they make. That's if you build a group, if you build a team around a group of players like that, I think you're going to find a lot of success.
Maybe a lot of people that don't know, but you've had to hit the ground running already. It's the off season, but it's also in the middle of the spring practice season. So, as you said earlier, you guys have a match tonight. I think one or two more here in the spring, but you've also got some practices going on. So, talk about juggling so many balls right now up in the air. You're trying to get acclimated to the new campus, get situated, but you're also having to learn the players that are still here, but kind of start to implement your coaching style and philosophy while they're getting ready to play a match. Just go into a little bit of detail about how you're doing it.
Well, first and foremost, I have to thank Shalik Dawkins, who was Craig Stewart's assistant and will remain my assistant, and he's done fantastic. And he is one of the biggest reasons why I've hit the ground and not fallen completely on my face yet. So he's been wonderful in terms of just where things are located, who to speak to, and admissions, just details that of course take time to figure out. And in terms of training the team, just details about certain guys where he has seen guys be successful on the field. It's going to take me time to sort those things out, and tonight's a great opportunity to see what guys can do in a match environment.
Once again, Ian Clerihew, the new head coach of the Franklin Pierce men's soccer program. Coach, welcome. We're looking forward to working with you, and good luck here the rest of the spring. And before you know it, summer's going to breeze by, and we're going to be ready for some fall matches.
Definitely. Very excited. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Once again, Ian Clerihew, new head coach of Franklin Pierce men's soccer.